With the Wake Up Newscast, I'm all about honoring and amplifying credible local journalism. Every story in every newscast credits and links back to the original source. Want to go deeper into any story? Just scroll down into the show notes to find the hyperlinked headlines. Okay, on with today's news. Wake up, Asheville. I'm Matt Peiken, and this is your local newscast for Tuesday, February 24th. An analysis of Costco's decision to pull out of a planned West Asheville store points to deeper problems at City Hall. That's the takeaway drawn by longtime local journalist Jason Sanford of the Ash Vegas Hot Sheet. The retailer cited costly road, water, and sewer upgrades and state transportation demands, but Sanford writes the late-stage collapse suggests poor coordination and unclear rules. Asheville's assistant planning director recently told officials the city's development ordinance is, quote, broken, with hundreds of piecemeal changes since the 1990s. Sanford argues uncertainty and public finger-pointing by council members projects instability to major employers. The question now is whether leaders fix the process before the next project walks away. You can read Sanford's analysis in the Ash Vegas Hot Sheet. National Democrats are backing Jamie Ager in North Carolina's 11th Congressional District. The Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee has added Ager to its Red to Blue program, pledging support in the general election if he wins the March 3rd primary. The program targets Republican-held seats Democrats hope to flip. Incumbent Republican Chuck Edwards is seeking a third term, and he has a primary challenger. Ager, a Fairview farmer and business owner, has raised about $940,000. Ager, a Fairview farmer and business owner, has raised about $940,000. That's more than his Democratic primary opponents combined. Some rivals say the national backing overlooks a competitive five-person race. Read more about this at NC Newsline. Finance leaders from some of the world's largest economies will gather in Asheville later this year. The meetings are part of the Group of 20, or G20, finance track, bringing together finance ministers and central bank governors from 19 countries, along with the European Union and African Union. Events in Asheville run from August 29th through September 1st and include sessions for deputies and top finance officials. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said choosing Asheville reflects the Trump administration's commitment to the revitalization and resilience of Western North Carolina after Hurricane Helene. The United States G20 host year will wrap up in December in Miami. Read more about this at Blue Ridge Public Radio. At UNC Asheville, the share of male students has slipped from 44% in 2015 to 41% in 2024, a 3-point drop that mirrors a broader, long-running gender imbalance across North Carolina public higher education. A new policy brief from the James Martin Center for Academic Renewal analyzes UNC system enrollment data and finds women outnumber men at every UNC system institution but one, the North Carolina School of Science and Math, which wasn't part of the review. Of the 16 campuses studied, only 2 saw increases in percentage of male students over that period. The analysis also notes a similar pattern in the state's community college system overall. Read more about this at the Carolina Public Press. And Riverview Station in the River Arts District has been sold and is set for restoration after heavy damage from Helene. The historic former tannery complex, home to more than 200 artists and dozens of small businesses, was owned for 30 years by sisters Helene Green and Trudy Gold. They sold it last November to Ohio-based GBX Group, which plans to rebuild and bring artists back. About 80% of district businesses were damaged in the storm. The property was recently added to the National Register of Historic Places, opening the door to preservation tax credits. Read more about this in the Citizen Times. Our free newsletter is a quick local news digest, essentially this newscast in written form. Subscribe at wakeupavl.transistor.fm. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at wakeupavl. And please share this podcast with your Asheville friends. I'm Matt Peiken. Thanks so much for starting your weekdays with Wake Up Asheville.